Hello, everybody. My name is Kinsey, and I'm so excited to be here with you guys today. So, my job at the church is that I work with the youth group kids. I work with those kids who are in middle and high school. And I'm excited to talk to you guys today about your Bible story. So, this is taken from two different places in the Bible. It occurs when Jesus talks about it in Mark 12. Uh, the verses are 28 through 31, and it also happens in an earlier book in the Bible, Deuteronomy 6, and it's called The Greatest Commandments. So, what's happening here is that Jesus and his disciples were spending a lot of time in a town called Jerusalem. One day, when Jesus was at the temple, a place where a lot of people gathered to worship, it was like a church. He was teaching and telling stories, and a lot of people were listening really eagerly. They wanted to learn a lot about what Jesus had to say. But there were also a lot of people that may not have trusted Jesus and had a lot of questions to ask him. And so some of the leaders in the temple, some of the people who were highest in the temple and the elders were unsure of Jesus, and they asked him a lot of questions like, who gave you the power to do and say these things? And some were jealous and some wanted to trick him. So they said, should the people pay taxes? Or they would ask questions that were kind of hard, like what happens in the resurrection and afterlife? Then one temple leader who was really curious about Jesus, he saw that Jesus was wise and kind, asked him this question, which is one of my favorite questions that people ever ask Jesus. He said, which one of God's laws or commandments is the most important? And Jesus answers kind of in two parts. So he says, the first is what we all know. And he quotes this from Deuteronomy 6, that earlier text. He says, hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one. You shall love the Lord with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your mind, and with all your strength. Before the temple leader could ask more, Jesus went on to that part too. And he said, the second is to love your neighbor as yourself. These are the most important of God's laws. So what he's telling us is that we need to not only care for ourselves and for God, but we need to use that same love that we use on ourselves for other people. In the same way that you love yourself by keeping yourself full with food and you drink enough water and you play with all your friends to make sure that you stay happy, you need to make sure that you're having compassion for other people, is what Jesus is saying with this. The same way that you make yourself happy, make sure that you're helping the people around you to feel that same joy. And that's how Jesus talks about compassion in this story. Have a great day, everybody.